So it's a big hunt ball in the outskirts of Cheshire, massive big house, and Cynthia's been invited by her boyfriend Jeremy. So anyway, her dad, Lord Bagshot, he says, Cynthia, he says, before we go to the ball, he said, I think we need to lay down some ground rules. He said, now I know Jeremy's a lovely lad, but he said, what'll happen is he'll take you to the ball and you can dance with him and have a drink. He said, and he'll bring you home, but on the way home he may pull into a little country lane. Well, that's all right, because Mummy wouldn't worry. And then he may ask you to get into the back of his car. Well, that's all right, because Mummy wouldn't worry about that. And then he may ask you to take your dress off. Well, that's all right, because Mummy wouldn't worry. And then he may ask you if you take your bra off. Now, that's okay, because Mummy wouldn't worry about that. And then he may ask you to take your knickers off. Well, that's okay, because Mummy wouldn't worry about that. But, Cynthia, if he asks and tries to get on top of you, you mustn't let him, because Mummy would worry, you see. And she said, oh, it's all right, Father. Yes, I know. So she goes off to the ball anyway. Comes back 6:30, comes home with the milk. Her hair's all over the place, bloody bra strap showing, dress tucked in the back of her knickers. He says, Cynthia, wherever have you been? This time it's 6:30 in the morning. She said, well, Father, we had a wonderful night and we had a few drinks, and then Jeremy said, could he take me home? And I said, yes. Anyway, he pulled his car into a country lane, and I thought, well, that's okay, Mummy wouldn't worry about that. And then he said, would you like to get in the back of the car? So I got in the back of the car, and I thought, Mummy wouldn't worry about that. And then he said, would you take your dress off? So she said, I took my dress off, because I thought, well, Mummy wouldn't worry about that. And then he said, would you take your bra off? And I thought, well, Mummy wouldn't worry, so I took it off. And then he said, would you take your knickers off? So I took them off, because I thought, well, Mummy wouldn't worry about that. And he said, oh my God, Cynthia, he said, he didn't get on top of you, did he? She said, no, I got on top of him. I thought, let his Mummy worry.